what did House Republicans do yesterday when you tried to use your power to force an investigation?
They passed a rule basically to shut off resolutions of inquiry, to not allow them, which basically frustrates the democratic process. And there's a theme there in terms of what the Trump administration has been doing all over the place. Changing the rules, not allowing open public discussion and the normal democratic process to take place. And I guess there's substance and there's process here. And the substance is they are so afraid of this issue, they can't defend it, that they don't want to talk about it. And they will go to extraordinary process lengths to try to prevent Congress from doing its job of exercising oversight over the Pentagon. And as you know from the Signal story, Secretary Hegseth really needs oversight given his use of sensitive information in a way that is incredibly dangerous.
Now, there are two ways to look at this, I suppose, and one is in an institutional sense. There is Congress. You're separate from the executive branch. You're supposed to give oversight. You're supposed to defend your institution. And I think that's what you're saying you're trying to do. But let me ask about another thing. There's also the House majority, and they try to run things as much as possible. You've been in Congress a long time, including when Democrats were in the majority. Have Democrats welcomed Republican demands for investigations in the past?
Well, we've never welcomed them, but there are rules put in place so that the minority can be heard. That's part of a representative democracy, not to get into the whole Founding Fathers Constitution thing, but that was one of the things they really wanted to make sure was that, okay, the majority controls. In the end, they will probably win if they have the votes, but you want to make sure that minority voices are heard. That's part of having a representative democracy. It's part of having people have a voice in their government. You want to allow for those debates, even if in the end you lose the vote. And what the Republicans are doing now is they're trying to shut off even the discussion and the debate. And actually the reconciliation process was interesting. We marked up in the Armed Services Committee yesterday to your previous story. Now in the Armed Services Committee, they gave us an extra $150 billion. So we're spending money, not cutting it. But we, on the minority side, raised a whole series of amendments about what happened with Signalgate and what Hegseth is doing. Republicans just didn't say anything and just voted them all down. They refused to even speak one time to defend Secretary Hegseth. I guess because they know he's indefensible, so they want to shut down the debate and not have the conversation. And that is really important because forget how you feel about the issue. We're America. We're a representative government. We're supposed to have the opportunity to have debate, have discussion, and they're trying to shut that down.
I just want to remember again, I mean, the majority tries to run things, and the majority that is connected with the president is going to try to protect the president to some extent. But would you make the argument that in this case, in this year, Congress is effectively neutering itself, going farther than a majority normally would to shut down debate and avoid their own institutional job to be a check on the president?
100%. This is unprecedented. The degree to which, and again, at the end of the day, we'll have the vote. And if they want to vote the way they vote, they win. That's great. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to shut down the debate. They don't want to have the conversation. And again, I will submit, it's like they know that they cannot defend Pete Hegseth, so they just want to make the entire issue go away and not allow people to talk about it, and everybody ought to be concerned about that.